Good morning, good morning. I always want to sing it. So good morning to you. Hi guys, I am back with more mobilisation methods this morning. Yesterday, I actually was doing a postural correction training with you, and it was based on slopey, slouchy shoulders because if I'm being honest, it's one of my pet peeves that I see a lot, and I can't help but notice it. And it is something that gets to me because every time I see this happening, I know that you're probably experiencing pain along the way, and you're also starting to lengthen and shorten the range of motion that you've got going on in those shoulders there. And you probably have difficulty reaching things, and you probably have a lot of shoulder and neck ache and backache as well. So I wanted to actually get to the bottom of that problem. The problem is with that is that if you're slouching, well, you're always going to be out of the wrong position, and as I was just saying, you're lengthening muscles over here and you're shortening muscle strength or range of motion over here. So it was really important for me to just take a step and show you that. If you are watching this morning and you're like, oh, maybe I should have been watching that because that sounds like me, just comment underneath. I'll happily copy and paste the video link for you to go and look at, just so that you can start to learn some actual postural correctional stretches for your posture. And it's going to help you permanently be able to keep those shoulders back so that you're in a nice neutral position instead of slouched over and achy and sore. But off of my chat that I did yesterday, the postural correctional changes, I wanted to continue it kind of today. Today is all about upper body mobilisation. So yeah, it kind of runs into each other. So if you missed yesterday's, please just tell me about it, and I'll send you the link to it. And if you did do yesterday's and you're back for more today, well, hopefully you're going to find this one a little bit interesting. So here's what we've got going on. Sorry, I keep doing this, but good morning to all my people that popped on while I was over there that I didn't say hello to. If you are here, please say hello. And as ever, if you do enjoy what I'm doing, please make sure you're using that share button so that as many people as possible can hear this information. If you don't know me, I'm Lisa. I am the Health and Confidence Coach, and I have been spamming my own personal wall with videos that should help you people who are sedentary or definitely more at home based now. This year has happened. And it doesn't look like it's going to slow down anytime soon. So as a result of that, we are moving a lot less than we ever have before. We're also working at home, so we don't have the best desk setups. So I wanted to help you guys feel as good as you can for the time that we are at home, or even if you're not at home and you're starting to feel the niggles of everyday aches and pains, then be checking out these series, because really you don't have to live in pain. And I've worked with most of the people that are telling me this are around my own age group, so we'll be early 30s, getting on a little bit, if you think you are. But I'll tell you this, I've worked with people who've never stepped inside a gym, well into their 50s, had no idea about exercise, that was just accepting that this is what happens as you get older. And I'm so amazed to see what you can do with just a few simple stretches and a little bit of focus or a little bit of attention to how your body is supposed to be used and moved so that we can look after it. So here we go. Yesterday I was talking about posture correction for those slopey shoulders there and how we're going to get it out. Today I want to talk about shoulder mobility. So this slouchiness ends up happening, one, because it's easier for you to do it, so it's like your chill out position, so you shove yourself into it. But when we do that all the time, that actually becomes a permanent thing, and your shoulders, although they should be back, well, they find it much easier to be forwards. So what we've done here is we've shortened the range of motion. which is where all this tightness and achiness comes from across the neck and the shoulders. So the one way that we can test good range of motion in the shoulders especially is by doing two things. We can either do this standing up or sitting down, right, laying down, sorry. Well, I'm going to try and teach you it standing up. What I would usually do is have my clients pop their fingers or their thumbs to each other. They need to do a good engagement. You need to do a good bum and good core here. What you'll do next is thumbs to each other, and I want you to reach just as far back as you can, reach up nice and high. It's got to be straight arms, and see how far you can go back. Notice that my head is before my arms here. So what tends to happen is that some people don't have enough range of motion to bring their head into their arms. And one thing that I definitely do notice here is that people are so keen to get their good stretch up that they end up flexing their back into this position. And now my spine is out of alignment. And that's why you can experience those pains when you're reaching up for something up high, because you don't care about how you're doing it, you're just making the movement happen. And it's so common to see so many people that they probably don't even realise about engagement, and that you have to have your rib cage over your belly button for you to be able to safely move around, for your body to be able to do things safely. And if we've spent years of just not caring and going and grabbing it and chucking things everywhere, that might be why your body's feeling a little bit sorry for itself. So yes, the other way that you can test that, or I like to, is to get people down on the floor so that you can actually lay down, so that you can actually put your shoulders in the floor. Then you can squeeze your bum and your core. You'll go, thumbs are down by the hips, but they're still facing each other. And you're going to raise them up nice and slowly, not moving anything else about your body. And then you're going to see if you can, how far you can get your hands down to the floor. It does not matter if I laid down the wrong way, sorry. It does not matter if they do not come all the way down to the floor, if they do not lay flat. What matters is that you find that piece of your limit, and then you see if you can hold it there and just bring it back under a nice slow control. And this is actually really helpful for the body, because you can't really do too much with your spine alignment here. We're laying on the floor. So I would do those. You can start to practice that. And also the other reason why I wanted to show you this is because if you don't have the flat arms all the way down to the floor, well, then you have a great starting point of knowing how limited your range of motion is. So if you get here, and that's kind of as far as your shoulder's going to go, unless you're going to try and snap it off, then you know that this is your limit of range of motion. Then you can start to work on that, and then you can start to see the difference that you make over the next few weeks. The other one that I like to do there, seeing as we're laying down, is that we put our hands together. You have to make sure that those shoulders are on the floor and we've got a good bum and a good core squeeze. And then you're just going to bring your hands again all the way down to the floor if you can, and then slowly bring it all the way back up. And again, this is a little bit of a chest exercise, just to see what that range of motion is that you've got there. And again, it doesn't matter if they don't come all the way down to the floor. You can bet you, when I first started doing all of my postural and range of motion training, I did not have hands all the way down to the floor. Perfect. So that's what I just wanted to start off with, so that you guys can make this a little bit more interesting for yourselves, and you can start to see your own progress by starting off at the starting point, which is where I usually start when I'm working with clients who are experiencing the aches and pains of everyday life. So I wanted to show you that, and then I wanted us to get on and do a little bit of mobilisation for the upper body, especially for the neck and for the shoulders. Okay, cool. So what we're going to do here is we're just going to give ourselves a nice little engagement. If you don't know how to engage, it is important. So please do message me so that I can just send you that video so that you can know how to do those. But very quickly, we're going to plug our anchors into the floor by pressing and screwing them in. we're going to engage our bum by pressing that in. We're going to do the same for our core to engage. We're going to open up our chest and shoulders, but we're always going to make sure that that rib cage is over the belly button, because those 5 steps are perfect form all the time. If you don't have your rib cage over your belly button for number 5, what can tend to happen is the flexion, which is out of alignment and not over the belly button, which is a good hug of the spine instead. So, got those 5 things on, and we're just very gently going to go down for those looks at the floor. So we're going to start here, we're going to have a little look down at the floor, and the moment that I start to feel a little bit of tightness in my neck is when I'm going to think about heading back in the opposite direction. I can see that some of you put some comments in there, so thank you very much. I will come back to it, but my eyes are not good enough to see that little bit of text that you got going down there. Alright, I think I've done 4 or 5 there. We'll do one more just for a little bit of luck. It's always good, isn't it? Nice. And then we're going to go in for our nose. So you're going to go to one side to the other side. Again, we're keeping great engagement. You might start to feel those little snap, crackles and pops in your neck, but that's okay. We're mobilising, so it's fine. And then I'm moving it into my little half moons. And down, and down. Love it. Perfect. And do one more there for the 5, and then I'm going to go all the way so that I can get the top half of that moon drawn out as well. Nice. We're going to do a few of them. Love it. Nice. Then we're going to start to move on to those shoulders. So what we're going to do is we're going to have our thumbs facing each other, but they're down at our sides. We're going to go whoosh it back, and we're going to bring it all the way up. Yes, nice. If you were doing this video with me last week, I did tell you how important it was at this point to make sure that you are engaged. If you're not, your body will be getting involved with this, and you need a strong, stabilised trunk, core and glutes to be able to make this movement just for the arms. I'm sure I've done more than 5 there. So I'm going to bring those arms in front. I'm going to take it all the way back as far as I can. I'm not forcing it. I'm definitely engaged. Nothing else about me is moving. If you find that your whole body is getting involved, you probably want to check out those 5 steps to perfect form. Nice. 4. Love it. 5. I can already feel the massive difference that this has made across my neck, the top of my neck and my shoulders. So it's working, moving it is working. We're going to, this is the complicated one. We're going to do thumbs up, we're going to do great engagement, and then I want you to draw a figure of 8 with those thumbs. Yeah, nothing else about your move, so you're going to need a good bum and a good core so you're nice and stabilised into the floor. We're going to do 5 forwards, nice. I can't count, guys. And then what I want you to do is bring those in, and you're going to now draw your figure of 8 backwards. Well, it can take a little bit of time, so make sure that you have a little bit of time if you need a little bit of extra time to get those figure of 8s perfect. Coordination's not my thing either, but practice does make perfect. Love it. Nice. And that is a good shoulder rotation mobility sequence. I'm just very quickly going to get you to bring one more up. We're going to bring our shoulders up. We're not up here, we're not down there, and try and get it into a nice T shape. And then we're just going to draw big circles. We're going to draw 5 one way, 4, 5, and then you're going to draw 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Well done. You may have felt that, and if you did, it's okay. We're just working on that range of motion. So yeah, those last circles can become quite heavy in the end. Also, this one isn't, I wasn't going to put this in there, but it is great for the upper back. So all we're going to do is just do a little bit of a deeper tuck in than we did before. So we're going to have a good look at the ceiling. We're going to pop our chin down to our chest if you can handle it. And then I want you to keep your shoulders back and just bring that chin down just a little bit more. You're going to start to feel this across the whole top of the back. And then you're going to have a good little look up at the ceiling. Nice. We never force movements. So if it hurts and you're forcing your head in, it's probably not a great idea. I just want it on the edge of that tension so that you're feeling that stretch, so that you can start to release it. Nice. Love it. And do 2 more. Nice. And 1 more. Perfect work. Good stuff. And that's a great way to mobilise the upper body, especially to start taking care of the chest and the shoulders. When we have a loss of range of motion of the shoulders, it can really affect the chest, the neck, and the top part of the back there as well. So it is important to always be correcting those slouchy shoulders. If this is something that you suffer with, give me a shout and I'm going to send you my postural corrections that I did yesterday. It's really going to help you start to fix the issues that you've got that are causing the pain in the first place. So I'm going to say good morning. Thank you all so much for popping on and seeing me. And if you do have any questions, now is definitely the time to be asking me whilst I'm here. If you're watching this on a catch up later and you've got questions, don't be scared. Write a little comment and I will get back to you. No problems. And if you found this video useful, as ever, please do share it, because there is always people out there with slouchy shoulders and that are in pain with neck and shoulder ache that really don't need to be. They just need to do a couple of stretches. that sort you out. I am doing, it's a little personal challenge. If you guys are watching my videos, and I know that you are, even if you're doing them quietly, please do tell me how you're getting on with them. Even if you think I don't care, I do, because otherwise I wouldn't be here every morning trying to show you how to do it. So please fill me up and tell me that you're doing the stretches and that they're helping you no end, because they will be. If you do suffer, try and mobilise or stretch at least 3 to 5 times a week for you to see a real good difference. If you do mobilise and stretch, you should feel a difference within that session, but you'll start to feel permanent differences within 2 to 3 weeks. So keep at it and keep going. And thank you again for joining me every single morning to go through it. Love it. Well, thank you all so much for being here. Yes, yesterday we were doing posture correction to help out those slouchy shoulders that you had, and today is mobilisation. So you'll kind of see the difference if you did yesterday's and then today's. Today's feels a little bit lighter, but there seems to be more of it to do, and so it seems to leave you lightly exhausted. But if you were to do the one that I was doing with you yesterday, they are more kind of exercises to help that, and you will feel the difference between yesterday and today's little video. So I hope that that's helped. And again, thank you all so much for coming on. Thank you, so helpful. You're so helpful, Tina. I love that you're here every day and you seem to be lapping it up. Thank you so much for that little share that you did for me this morning as well. I love that you love it that much. I feel like you've definitely been here every day this week and last week. So yeah, big gold star to you, girl. Well done. Love it. Right, my little beauts. Well, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to get out of here for the day, and I'm going to be back tomorrow morning to talk about my subject of the week, actually. And tomorrow I'm definitely talking about the heel pain, the pain that you get in the heel at the bottom of the foot. I wanted to do it last week, but I didn't manage to do it, so I'm saving it up for you for tomorrow. So if you get that pain in the heel underneath, please do get in touch and make sure that you tune in tomorrow, because I might have some helpful tips for you to help you get rid of that. It's called plantar fasciitis is the big word for it, but it's also that stabbing pain in the arch of the foot, and it can be awful in the mornings. It's like blah 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 blah. So if that is you, make sure that make sure that you work in. Make sure that you're here tomorrow, and we will be talking about that. Yes, you are an ambassador. I think you're amazing, and I love the way that you rave about it. So yeah, I've definitely got a fan there, and I love that you're one. So thank you. I think you're great. Have an amazing day, people. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. It is Friday, so we are almost there. Have a great day, and I shall see you soon. Goodbye.